Hello everyone, this is Joanna, Joanna the Medium. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. And for those of you who are regulars, welcome back. I hope you like these messages. I will keep the intro very brief. These are, as you know, your September messages. A lot of it was channeled at the very beginning. Interesting energies, to say the least. I think I've said this before, we're all going through transformations and a lot of it is coming up. There's a lot of educational information I feel in these messages. So even if you're one sign and you're drawn to another sign that you don't relate normally, you might want to listen and see if there is something for you there, because I feel like they kind of sprinkled tips all over the place that could be useful by anyone, regardless of which category they feel into, because these are life situations that Spirit talked about. Also, for additional information as far as longer term messages, I will put those links down for you below. They are on Vimeo. There is the 6-month projection from July until the end of this year, December 2018. Also, the 7-year Uranus videos are also there, and that's a 7-year projection, so it'll give you the big picture of what things will be like over the next several years. But the 6-month is much more potent, because it's only focused on the next 6 months or so. Of course, if you would like a private session with me, that information is down below. Thank you so much once again for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I always say, without you, I wouldn't do this. And what I do is something that I absolutely love. And I remind myself every single day how lucky I am to be able to do this and love what I do, because it isn't often that everybody gets to do that, right? So that just, I'm supposed to say, that just affirms that when you believe in what you do, things eventually happen. I think that message was for somebody. So I think that's all I have. Thank you again. Of course, if you would like to comment, information is comment down below how this applies to you, and listen to your other signs, for one of them may not mean much to you, but always listen to it at the end of the month or next month, because you guys always tell me that at the beginning it makes no sense, and then you come back and you go, oh my God, I can't believe it. So I wish you best of luck. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care of yourself, and let's get going. Hello, beautiful Capricorns. These are going to be messages for the month of September 2018. Let me tune in to your energies, and let me see what channel information I have for you. Looking up at things that are invisible. Owning up to your mistakes. What are some of the things that you hide from yourself in order not to see it? What are some of the things that you choose to exclude yourself from because you feel like you don't belong? What are some of the things that you choose to participate in that you feel you are less than? Choose wisely, for this is a time for you to discover a remarkable brand new journey, a journey that is filled with happiness, not emptiness, going forward. Decide which cup you want to empty so that you make room for new things to come in. And then I hear the word priorities, priorities, priorities. Okay, so that was a bit of a channeled message. Now, the card that represents your theme, or what is it important for you to focus on in a month of September, you have the message of gratitude and forgiveness. Now, is September the only month where you should focus on that? No, I think it's every month that we should focus on gratitude and forgiveness. But for some reason, the month of September in particular is or could be devoted to you feeling grateful for what you have. Why would that be important? Well, for various reasons. One of the biggest reasons is that it acknowledges what you already have versus what you don't. And when we focus on the things that we do have, we focus our attention on bringing more of the same. If you have any conflict, inner conflict, that is a residual from some past mistakes or some past situations that were unresolved, some past hurts, some past situations, it is important for you to learn how to forgive not only others, but most importantly yourself. And why would that be important? Because when we hold ourselves hostage, we can't live a full life, because we're constantly blaming ourselves. So, looks like some of you will be spending some time in order to solidify the feelings that are good. In other words, focusing on things that are important to you, that make you feel good about who you are. And if there are things that no longer serve you, to let it go and forget about it. Now, what is it that you need to look at? You have the thinker card, and this is a message that says some of you may be way overthinking things. I asked in particular, what kind of things are you overthinking? You have the 7 of Wands. So for some of you, you are overthinking things around career, either choices around career, moving on to a different career, or you are overthinking your idea of success. Now, what could that mean to you? When we overthink things, we are not connected to our feelings, because we're predominantly functioning from our head. When we forget how to feel, or when we don't pay attention to what we feel, it's very hard to make sure that we are on the right path, because feeling on the right path or being on the right path is very much indicated by the way things feel. So you are being cautious not to overthink things, particularly when they come to your career. Some of you are having a lot of success, or are going to be having a lot of success, and you're making things far too complicated for yourself. It's like you're trying to look for things where there is no need for it. Now, why would you be looking for things? To overcomplicate things. Why would you overcomplicate things? To give you something to do. So if you are someone who overcomplicates things and you overthink, you're asked to pay attention to what's going on in your head. Now, the success card to me signifies there is victory and success towards something in your career, or also in your love life. For some of you, you are moving away from thinking too much, from overthinking, or you are moving away from thinking about a particular situation, and that is no longer serve you. In other words, you're choosing to move on. You're choosing to say, adios amigos, I'm moving on. For some of you, this is a brand new journey pertaining to your success. In other words, some of you are moving towards being successful by doing something very different, something out of the ordinary, something that's one of a kind, something that is very important to you. This may mean that some of you are going to turn into your own entrepreneurs. Some of you might start thinking about owning your business. For those of you who already own your business, don't overthink things, move forward, because there's more things coming to you. For those of you who are working and you are trying to decide between different jobs or different careers, go with your gut feeling. Very important. The one thing that's being stressed here is to pay attention to what you have versus what you don't have, because that is actually what brings you more success in the long run. And I think you guys know that it's a basic law of attraction. Now, I said, what is preventing them from being successful, if that is in fact the case? You have unfinished symphony. This is a message that talks about unresolved feelings from the past that keep you stuck either in your current situation or in a current state of mind. And I hear the words not enough. For some of you, you don't seem to ever get enough success. You might want to think about what success really means to you. For success to me could be something very different than what success means to you. So it is important for you to define success. What is success for you? Once you know what that is, for example, if your idea of success is to have a lot of money, then ask yourself this question: what is it about money that will make me feel a certain way? Chances are it's going to make you feel solid, it's going to make you feel stable, it's going to make you feel secure, and a whole bunch of other things. But here's the thing: if we coming from a place internally when we have lack or there is not enough, you will constantly be chasing your success, seemingly unable to get it. Why? Because you're wired to believe there is lack of it. So this points to, again, forgiveness and gratitude. When we focus on the things we have versus the things we don't have, we are much more likely to attract something that is corresponding to that energy. In other words, like attracts like. So if you give gratitude to what you have, you will get more of the same. It is also so how is unfinished business keeping you stuck? One of the things it's showing me is that when it comes to feeling emotionally stable, it's not allowing you to fully relax. So for some of you, this is about a career shift where emotionally, like physically it's there, the money is there, but emotionally you're not getting from it what you want. So that, I would say, would not be success. And since you do have a card of success here, chances are that there's an opportunity for you to move towards much more success than what you currently already have. And success doesn't have to be work related. Success can be related in love. Success could be related in friendships, in having nice things, in having love, in having health. All of those things can be part of your success. So it's important for you to ask yourself this question: if fundamentally right now I do not feel solid and happy inside, what would make it be so? In other words, what is the piece that is missing, that is seemingly standing in the way of your own happiness? Chances are you're going to make something here, there, you're going to make some situation. Chances are 90% of the time that you're going to point outside of you to something that's missing and that's standing away of you not getting the happiness. The challenge with that is that when we look for things from outside of us as the only source of our happiness, we always seem to fall short. So, again, the idea of gratitude comes. If you are trying to choose or make a decision on something very important in your life right now, and the importance would be around closing a chapter, culmination of a certain situation, ending of a certain cycle, ending of a certain situation, completion. There's something final here. If you're trying to make a decision, it's important that you allow yourself to have the room to be still. Well, one of the things is that you tend to overthink things. When you allow yourself to be still, you then have a greater choice to feel what's going on. When you feel what's going on, you can then become much more aware of what's happening. Oftentimes when we're in our heads, we're trying to logically think our way through a situation, but we're not paying attention what our soul or what our heart is telling us. So it's important for you to be quiet or to be still. Ironically, I see somebody running and listening to like a podcast, and that can be for some of you a state of meditation, believe it or not. You don't have to sit in a lotus position to listen to your body. When I am at the gym and I am doing my own cardio, I often go in deep inside myself. It's because the repetitive movement of what I'm doing is allowing me to be very present in what's happening. So for some of you, you might take up a meditation that is running. For some of you, it's the standard type of meditation when you close your eyes and you pay attention to your breath and you sit there for 5 minutes counting, from 100 to 1. Point is, it's important to stay still in the month of September prior to making any big changes or big decisions. For some of you, you will be moving on, and this could be moving away from a work situation. Yes, we have the card of I want to say transition here, but it's this transition to a good place. This is feeling victorious. This is feeling successful. I mean, it is. And it's generally in career, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be in your relationships or in things that are really important to you, things you are very passionate about. Now, I see some of you pushing a store cart around. Why am I seeing you this? And you're keeping yourself very busy. Again, I feel like you're thinking. So for those of you who like to keep themselves busy because you don't like to be still, it's important that you start paying attention to the things your body has been trying to tell you. So for some of you, this is your body speaking to you and saying, hey, I need some commitment from you in order to make me feel better. One of the things you have here is balance. So it's looking at things from a balanced point of view, but it's also having more balance in your life, more emotional balance, and then logic, more balance emotionally and logically speaking. So not as much as overthinking and not being too emotional, somewhere in the middle. Taking a balanced approach to everything you do in your life. Asking yourself the right questions, which are, what do I want at this time of my life? And for those of you who are moving through transitions and who are going to be choosing different careers or different jobs, it's important for you to understand the reason why you no longer want to be here or wherever you are right now. Why? Because the moment you realize the real reason why you no longer want to be here, you're less likely to get to the same situation down the road. That's why intent is so critically important. For some of you, I want to say, don't be a murderer. The person who does everything for everybody and, oh my God, the world is on their shoulder. Don't be that person. It is not healthy for you, nor is it healthy for those around you. So that's going to be for some of you. The number 6 is being shown, so that can connect to a month of June. 6 is also the number of the Lover's card, which means in your relationship, you might be someone who is very controlling. If that's the case, maybe slow things down and see things from a different perspective. In other words, chill out, take time and relax. So I feel like this message is kind of all over the place. For some of you, you are refusing to acknowledge the fact that you are a teacher. Now, why would you be refusing that fact? Well, for various reasons. You don't feel confident, you think it's a crazy idea. And by the way, when I say teacher, I do not mean necessarily you have to teach in college. Teacher could be someone that gives someone great advice based on wisdom and it allows the other person to move on and have a better life. So don't let the word teacher peg you in a corner. I keep getting this pulling sensation in my neck. Now I'm getting it on my left side. So for some of you, if you are under stress, notice if your neck and your shoulders are being sore, because I'm getting this yanking sensation in my neck. For some of you, you need to relax, because I feel like my head is spinning and maybe that's why my neck is very sore. For some of you, you need to relax because you always keep looking over your shoulder. Now, why would you be looking over your shoulder? Because you're expecting something to happen. If you're expecting something to happen, you are coming from a place of not negativity, not resistance. You're coming from a place of an anxiety. So ask yourself this question. Why do I always have to look over my shoulder? What is it that I am looking out for? What is it that I'm afraid is going to come at me? However you want to verse it. I feel like many of you just need to relax. I also want to say, stop being afraid of being fully yourself in more ways than one. And this will apply to pretty much anybody. We all have aspects of ourselves that we kind of push aside. We don't want to show it for whatever reason. It is important for you to acknowledge that you are a part of the whole and everyone has their own reasons for being the way they are. So it's not about making excuses for you doing things that aren't right. It's about owning those things by recognizing why you do them in the first place. And I think that's all I have. Very strange message. I hope this was helpful. Will probably make no sense to you at the beginning of the month, but hopefully it'll make sense to you towards the end of the month. I do wish you best of luck. Please do comment how this pertains to you. And of course, if you would like a private session, that information is down below. Thank you again so much. I will see you soon. Good luck.